Hey y'all, welcome to Our Backyard Homestead. We have been working on so many odds and ends, just all kinds of little projects here and there. The first big one was cutting down the rotten tree in our front yard. Stay back, Dad's cutting the big one. Stay back. Caution. Not even a stump.
Damn camel crickets out here.
I think he was good.
Hey, you two, I want you to get these little sticks and keep putting them about the fire pit. The pipe's okay.
Have you ever seen anything like this? The texture is so crazy. Altogether, the tree really didn't look that bad until we cut it open. My husband knew it was hollow, but I didn't realize just how hollow it was. There really wasn't even much tree left on the inside. We actually have a lot of trees on our property that are needing to be taken down. This tree behind me is completely dead, but it's been hard for us to take it down because it's home to so many woodpeckers. But it's definitely one of the next on the list, as well as this one that is broken several times and fallen on our house. Those will be projects to come, so definitely a lot more wood cutting and firewood splitting and things like that happening in the future. You can see over here where the burnt tree stump is. We've still got our bridge, but it's laying flat on the ground now because we've installed a field tile, and we're gonna continue on further. There's where our sump pump will feed into it. We'll have a drainage there. We have another drainage pipe down there. But definitely, as it's gotten colder out, we are moving inside to start insulating our attic project. So we've got a portion of that done so far, and I've kind of played around with really trying to release full videos after a project's done, but since our projects have kind of been a little all over the place, this one's got a little of this and a little of that, so we'll show you the attic next. Over here, hubby's prepping for the next project. Hi, Daddy.
Hello.
On this peak side of the attic, where the staircase is.
Insulate all this all the way up so we can put drywall up. And then that's where we're going next.
Cool. Looking pretty profesh.
explain like you. Dang, how'd you end up dirtier than I am?
I don't know.
Look at your arms.
Beautiful.
When cutting, measure your insulation out, and the best thing to do is get something hard on the bottom and lay it level or something square on it, and just score it lightly to get through the paper, and then come back and just score it pretty hard underneath.
Looks good.
Cut it underneath this.
Okay. So what we're running into here is that this was going perfectly until we got to right here. This gap and this gap is actually wider than all of the previous ones. And then this next gap here next to the window and this one here are much narrower. You can't really tell from this camera angle. I'll change it up. All right, so you can see how the insulation was going perfect so far. What he's done was measure the shorter side and then measure the taller side, cut that angle so that everything fits really, really well. So the angle is great, but there is that big gap. We could buy wider rolls of insulation, which would take another trip to the store and another day. We could fill it in with another 2x4, but boards are expensive. I don't know. Still deciding. So between these wall studs, this is actually a much bigger gap. And this one, and then this one, and then we have much smaller gaps here and here. So eventually what we're planning to do between these is to cut a door opening so that we can use this area back here as storage. But in the meantime, we were planning to seal it in as kind of part of our winterization to be able to stop all of that air from drafting in this way. So right now we're kind of debating on how we're going to do that. If we're going to move the stud for now or cut it out completely, maybe put up some kind of door. It's kind of up for debate at the moment, so we're trying to decide where to go from here.
Okay, up here in the attic where we're closing this off at, I put a header up here. We're gonna put a couple king studs over here, and we're gonna end up putting a little doorway, so that way we can access this back half later on for storage and other stuff to put here. We're gonna finish insulating this all the way down. We're gonna end up putting a new window in and insulate it for now.
Cool. After we get all the insulation up, we'll be drywalling this area.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and install my king studs for my opening, since we got our header in here.
All right, so back in here, This area we're planning to use for storage. It's kind of crazy right now. This is where the ceiling is. There's our bathroom. That's the super low ceiling over our laundry room area. And then everything comes back up to being level with here, back there. This crazy wire he's had to work around is our temporary shop light we're using up here to be able to see. He's had to pull off a bunch of these knobs from the old knob and tube wiring that was up here. Watch out below.
Okay guys, it's hard to see up here. But for right there where I put the opening at, here, I am going to build got it started, just a temporary little door so I can insulate it. We can pull it out later. That way we can go ahead and get this. So you see the rest of that wall insulated and blocked off so the heat can try to stay on just the one side only. Okay guys, that's a temporary little door right there. I'm going to go ahead and insulate it, both sides of this here, and I'll get back with you. Alrighty, that's my temporary door insulated for over there. Progress so far. There's the door. Next is this way.
We definitely have a lot more to come with the winterization of our attic and preparing that for the colder weather that's coming. Being in the Midwest, it's kind of cold, then it's warm, it's cold, and then it's warm again. But we definitely know the cold weather is going to be here to stay before we know it. So we will be taking care of that next, tackling those projects and getting things winterized and ready here in our home. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, if you like it, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see the upcoming content and things that we're going to be sharing in the future, subscribe so that you will be receiving notifications about those as well. Thanks guys. Bye.